go. Everything back up and running. Greetings to all, and welcome to yet another online race stream. And this time around, I'm joined by someone who I think most of you will probably know, Mr. Napa Fan.
Mr. Napa Fan. That's my name. No, I mean, it's cool to be here. I haven't done an online race in a little while, doing those RTG races over the summer, and yeah, great to be back in the booth for one of these things, and just have a nice fun night here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. I think we only have 7 cars in the field, but that won't stop us from having a good race here.
Right on. Yep, this is I think the second race or the first, I don't know, of the Three Musketeers Racing League EMRD Xfinity Series. Yep, at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and this is a tribute race to Mark Bold, who was a short track racer. Drove the number 12. Unfortunately, passed away from a long-term illness fairly recently. So Rob Evans and Johnny Gardner putting on this race in tribute to him, and of course props to them for putting on this race and for letting me broadcast this one. On that note, Napa Fan, would you like to maybe go down the starting order?
Yeah, so we got Johnny Gardner starting on the pole for this race, 28.53 second lap time. Jeff Goodpaster there will be starting in second. Then Angela Limke, Rob Evans in row number 2. And Jordan Probst and Phil Parker make up row number 3. And then the number 37 of Cody Magyork will be in the 7th starting position for tonight's event. Only 7 drivers in the field, 72. How many laps? 72 laps here from Homestead. So that'll definitely be interesting because it's only 7 cars, and it's a bit of a shorter race than originally expected. We also have a tribute lap at lap number 12, a silent lap in honor of Mark Bold. So definitely intriguing to see how this is going to play with only 7 cars in the racetrack. We could actually go caution-free outside of the stage cautions, which are going to be at lap 20 and lap 40 for this race. So it's going to be fun. Definitely looking forward to see who gets it done because all 7 of these guys, I think, have a good opportunity of getting the race victory here tonight.
Agreed. So right now, the drivers are in happy hour right now. Johnny Gardner probably going over the drivers' meeting. In the other TeamSpeak room, me and Napa Fan in our own TeamSpeak channel right now. I do know that Andrew Lemke and Rob Evans, as I think they're doing right now, doing a couple tribute laps for Mark Vold during happy hour. But that will give us an opportunity to, just go ahead and throw out the fact that this is a new league. Johnny Gardner, of course, been putting on a whole bunch of different leagues for a while, and this is he and Rob Evans' newest project. Only 7 guys, like you were saying, so hopefully maybe get out to the masses a little bit, and everyone can maybe see a glimpse at maybe a smaller NR League race. Of course, you guys so far have seen 2 races from TDR, 1 from Fast. Those 2 leagues, however, are pretty similar. This one is very different. You will not see the pace car coming out at any point after they take the green flag because it will be manual cautions, meaning that one of the admins will say that the caution is out, and then all the drivers will slow down and the leader will basically act as the pace car.
Yeah, definitely interesting. I like the manual caution idea. When it comes to NR 3, the cautions usually come out when they should. Unlike some modern NASCAR games. But, definitely a good idea to do the manual cautions either way. I think, especially when you only have 7 cars in the field, that makes it a lot easier for these guys, to just, be on the same page with cautions. If something happens, everyone can get a reset there. And with only 7 cars in the field, that's really going to come into play, for everybody. If you spin out, you're going to easily get another chance to get back up there. Another interesting factor, I don't know if you mentioned this yet, is an open setup race. So it's not a fixed setup for these for these guys. So that's definitely going to play into who has the best car. I mean, whoever has the best setup out here is going to have the best opportunity of winning the race. And who knows, maybe Johnny Gunner has that best setup coming into this event here at Homestead.
Whoever can wheel it the best, because open setup, you want to make it as loose as possible to turn in the corner as good as possible. But that can also make it really difficult to hang on to, especially at a track like Homestead. This is not a very grippy version, from what I understand. So we'll see who can hang on to it the best. Greetings to Velocity in the chat. It's always good seeing you, my man. Long time no chat. Hoping all is going well for you. Of course, Q-Man, that is Quentin Moore. Quentin Moore is actually also one of the admins over here at TTMRL. And then, of course, my good buddy Random Andy from a little earlier. So Rob Evans and Andrew Lemke, again, just doing a couple of tribute laps. There is some fool named Napa fan. I should probably ban in here. He's going to make trouble in the chat. I already know it.
Yeah, I'm a troublemaker.
Yeah, we're just going to have a little... Sorry.
You should just see our Discord server. No, I mean, we're pretty cool over there, but...
I'll take surprising poll for 200, Alex. There's Johnny Gardner, of course, the main man putting on this race there in the chat. Again, I appreciate you letting me do this. Just hoping to see a good show here. I bought a gaming PC, so I have NR 2003 again. Hey, this is a good place to start if you want to get into some online leagues. This is honestly a good place to start. If you have a Facebook, I would definitely recommend hitting up Johnny Gardner and seeing what you can do. But there's other leagues out there. I'm just going to do a quick little advertisement here since we still have some time. There's, again, any NR 2003 league of varying size, varying skill level. A little something out there for everyone. Different modes of, or different kinds of racing, pretty much. Different rules, different mindsets, pretty much. So, I would definitely give it a shot. And yeah, this would be a good place to start. Again, maybe one of the smaller leagues. And just go from there. And yes, that is indeed the case to Father Fruit.
Jonathan Logan.
Oh, it's Jonathan Logan, okay.
How's it going, my good man?
Looks like the track has opened regularly for happy hour to let these guys kind of dial in some last minute setup changes. But hey, I also appreciate you, Napa fan, for sharing this over in the NOFSRL server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. And all you guys over there, I know I link a lot of my online races that I do, so you're probably used to me calling these, but I'm the co-commentator this time, so it should be a little interesting. A little bit of a different experience for me here tonight.
A little more casual experience, I think. I mean, nothing to... And not that there's anything wrong with the other ones, just that...
If I'm the lead, I take it very seriously.
if I'm the lead...
But if I'm the co-com, I don't really take it as seriously. I am a lot more laid back when I'm a co-commentator than I am when I'm a lead, so...
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, and that's what NR is all about, just having fun with it. I mean, some people will tell you that the NR online scene is dying, and I guess technically it is, because it just as anything is when it gets old. But there's still hundreds of different drivers racing, dozens of different leagues, including this one that you're seeing here, and the other few that I've done in the past. So, a little something out there for everyone still. Just gotta know where to look. Facebook is honestly your best bet. That's where a lot of the league forums are. I'm the only person in a wheelchair in NR. I don't know about that, but hey man, that's so cool to see that you're still doing that. Hello to Nolan in the chat. Yeah, I'll try and interact with you guys in chat as much as I can. Again, with it being
I got chat open too, so I can interact as well.
Sweet. Yeah, it's a smaller race, so I'll just kind of have fun with it. Again, the other streams that I've done have had over 15 cars. This has 7. Which, hey, hopefully This will kind of get this league out there. Let's see, what else can I say before we go racing? Fuel window, from what I can guess, is 30 laps. So the first two stages should be within the fuel window pretty easily. If you want to stretch it a little beyond 30, then you probably can. Tire wear, don't know how that's going to shape up. Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns into this one. I think pit speed's about 45. Don't know exactly how pit entry works. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And yeah, congrats Johnny on the pole, and Velocity. I would not be surprised if you win a race, you'll say that it's you'll have guys saying that you're cheated, and then you'll just say, yes, I did. I know I did, because this series is rigged.
A lot of people think my league is rigged. My offline league is rigged, excuse me. But that's not true.
That's just kind of the name of the game when you get salty people that feel like they're...
I don't care. Whatever. I'm about to hit 1,000 races here in a couple of weeks. I don't know how I've gotten this far.
1,000 races?
Yes.
What do you mean subs? Because we gotta get you to 1,000 subscribers if you haven't already. I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I'm at a point where it's almost like I'm almost kind of like in my retirement phase, maybe. Not really. I'm not retiring from it, but I feel like at this point it's like I don't care about how successful I am. I'm just doing it, and I enjoy it. Just like that's why I'm here tonight, because I'm going to enjoy it. Thank you for letting me be here too.
Hey, you're a good man to have on board, and plus you were. I already messaged a bunch of people, so you're at the bottom of my list. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm
not a good co-commentator.
So we are 30 seconds from going forward to the race. You'll see me get on and off track very quickly. You'll also see that the race says it's 121 laps. They will only race to lap 72, or to the completion of lap 72, and then what they will do is that they will grab these results here, they will export these results, and go from there. So 3, 2, 1, and forward it goes. Ready to go racing for 72 laps. I'm gonna hop on and off track really quick. So Johnny Gardner starting on the pole position. I think we just got one more driver who needs to get on there. So you got the 90 and the 33, the 70 and the 65, 54 and 37, and I think the 4. And there he is, Jordan Probst. One last look at the NR chat. I'll try not to look at that. It's a force of habit for me to do that. See a couple of Corvettes in this too, which is interesting. The field is rolling. I think they also do have one restart. So if a crash happens, I think, if I read in the rulebook correctly, if it happens within the first 2 laps, they will reset the race and do it again. But that's
hopefully
only if that happens.
We only got 7 cars on the track. We won't have to use that.
Hopefully not. But with it being open setup, yeah, it could get a little dicey out there. So we'll see what's going to happen. You want the boogity? I'll give it to you. EMRD, boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys! How's that?
A good jump there out of Johnny Gardner. That car is definitely set up well.
He was lagging a little bit.
Good passer got stuck right outside, falling back a little bit, but a clean start. Good to see that.
So far, so good. Gardner with the lead. You saw him lagging a little bit there at the very beginning. Coming to begin lap number 2. If they make it through this lap cleanly, then there will not be any resets. I almost just combined the words reset and restart. But Andrew Lemke coming up here already. I saw him and Rob Evans working together a lot in practice, and they were running really well together. And now Lemke commandingly taking the lead from Johnny Garner.
Ooh, Garner got really loose there. He's going to lose a few positions. He's going to fall to the back of the field right there as he got stuck in that outside lane. Good move there out of Lemke. Brooks there in second. Rob Evans and Phil Parker are looking strong right now, but Gardner continues to fall back in the 90 machine.
Gonna fall to last place in the race as Cody McGorrick passes him. Yeah, I think that pole lap was about all he had, and now Jordan Props for the race lead on the 70. Already,
That's the second lead change of the race, so we're only 3 laps in.
Looks like
in store for a good one here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. For 7 cars, this is already looking pretty dicey. But now Rob Evans up into second. Looks like the outside lane is definitely not where you want to be.
Yeah, Gardner's really fallen off the pace right there. He got a bit of a gap between him and Mag York there in the 37. I'm sorry that I'm mispronouncing the name. I should do better than that.
I'm pretty sure it's McGork.
McGork.
I do believe.
I just got to remember it. That's all I got to do.
Yeah, I mean, poor Scott. I think the only way that I know how to pronounce his name from TDR at Kansas, if any of y'all remember, that was a Bodenschatz, and that sounds horrible. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is Phil Parker and Andrew Lemke getting at it there a little bit, going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, good pass is going to go up to 4th there, and Phil Parker will fall back to 5th. And McGork there will hanging on pretty well. Gardner's the only one who's really kind of off the pace at this point. He's lost a lot of ground, but I say the top 6 are pretty much all on each other within, I'll see here. They are within 1.3 seconds of each other right now. Of course, lap 12, we're going to have a silent lap for this race in honor of Mark Bold. So definitely keep that in mind. But Jordan Probst looking pretty strong right now in the 4 machine.
Very strong indeed. He's got a few car lengths on Rob Evans. Credit, though, to McGork, because I saw him. He wasn't all that fast in practice, but now he's holding with these guys pretty well. And, yeah, like you said, Gardner, the one that's fallen off. But now here comes Rob Evans hugging that inside line, and it's working for him. He closed in a little bit. I think everyone's just trying to kind of settle it down here because we will have stage cautions. The first one being, of course, at the completion of lap 20. And then, of course, I'm sure they will all pit, get some fresh tires. We'll also see how much tire fall-off there is. So far, no real fall-off. Andrew Lemke's running some of his fastest laps so far.
Yeah, Lemke doing a good job. He's probably getting a bit of a draft on that 65 machine. I would imagine there's a bit of a tow from these guys as they run in this pack. Obviously, they're all kind of still on each other with the exception of Johnny Gardner, so I imagine they're kind of helping each other out. A bold move there out of Lemke.
Wow.
To the inside there as he's battling with Phil Parker. Parker is going to try to work the outside lane right here.
Now,
that's a tight one. He almost had a run. He's going to try to move to the inside of Lemke, but can't quite make the move, and Lemke will remain in 3rd.
Lemke made the block there. Blocking is legal throughout the entirety of the races in this league, and Lemke taking full advantage of that, making absolutely sure that Parker does not get to his inside. He does it again. I think Parker is probably going to start to get a little annoyed with him at some point, but now he makes the move on the inside. It's awfully close with Goodpaster.
Yeah, he got a little loose off the corner, I think, as he was to the inside of Andrew Lemke right there. And he's going to take that spot away as Rob Evans has a run. He tapped the apron just a little bit there, but he's looking on it and the wall.
Lemke hard. That'll might be a caution. I'm not sure.
Not getting the call for one yet. We are still green here at Homestead, and next time by will be our silent lap in honor of Mark Bold.
I will say we do race back, but yeah, Mark Bold, again, a short track racer, passed away from a long-term illness. He ran the number 12 as we take lap 12 here at Homestead-Miami. And Godspeed to Mark Bold and prayers to his family. Now the battle for the lead heating up with Phil Parker getting there. I'm going to hopefully try and get the opportunity to see what happened to Lemke. Is he even still out there? Yes, he is. But he is going to be way off the pace. That was a ginormous hit that he took off of turn 4.
Yeah, it was.
I think here.
I'll go back and see here on my end. And he was in a battle with, and we do have a caution coming out here at Homestead.
Something else might have happened here. A lot of side damage to the 90 of Gardner.
Oh, and it was McGorkick actually cut up a little bit into Lemke off of turn 4, and that sent him in the outside wall there on lap 10.
Ooh. Yeah, now that we're under caution here, I'll maybe try and get a look at that for you guys on the stream here. As Jordan Props will slow them down. Taking the first caution here now. We'll see if this will affect the stage or not. So we might have a shootout here for the stage. I think they do earn points for the stage win. Is everyone coming down pit road? And while they actually we'll check out these pit stops first, and then we'll see what happened to Lemke, and then after that maybe see what actually brought out the caution, unless maybe Johnny Gardner held off on throwing the caution until after the silent lap.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Obviously, he wanted to do that. Oh, and
weird there.
Rob Evans just completely missed his pit stall.
And that messed up Jeff Goodpaster quite a bit. He's trying to get into his stall. Finally gets it done. So we'll see if Rob Evans is just going to go ahead and stay out, or if he'll come back around and take service. He's really flying here. And since he's practically the pace car, he's got to slow down. Unless he is coming back in.
It looks like he's going to...
Nope,
he's going to stay out.
Staying out. And he is at full... He's at full speed. I'm really not sure what he's doing here.
I'm not entirely sure right there.
There,
full speed there for quite a while, and
now he's slowing down. Uh-oh.
I mean, it looks like they're all kind of getting up to speed here, trying to catch up to him. But...
Really? As NR crashes for me.
Oh boy!
Nice. Can you do me a favor and tell me when you see the phrase Andrew Miller received throughput fell to an unacceptable level? Because you will see that. Apologies to everyone on the stream, but I guess this happens now and then.
Yeah, you fell out, unfortunately. I don't know.
I fell out. Now, if it says that I fell out, then I can just get back in, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you red on the entry list there, so you should be able to get back going.
I need to adjust the NR volume real quick, but that's just fine. If I had come back in before I had truly fallen out, then that would mean that I was in there twice, and that would have kind of gotten a little glitchy.
Yeah.
So, joining back in, I'm sure it looks a little strange. Let me pull this back up, pull that back up, move that, and there we go. Alright, so apologies to everyone. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
I've had that happen to me before on online streams. For Flat Out Racing Network, my first one was like that. It was definitely interesting. But I'm glad I was able to get back in.
Now the good news is I think I can still look and see what happened to... I think I can still look and see what happened to Lemke on lap 10. Or can't I? Oh, I can't. Dang it.
Oh well. That's unfortunate. I do believe we're getting back to racing here this time around on lap 18, so we're going to have 3 laps to go here until the end of the stage.
Rob Evans did stay out, so he is on the older rubber. We'll see what that'll do for him. He gets a great jump. And he is...
Jordan Probst did not get a good jump there, and Phil Parker, Jeff Goodpass are all on him there. Lemke, McGork, and Gardner off the pace from the rest of the field. Very interesting cycle here, but Evans may end up getting the stage win if he can hold these guys off.
It might pay off for him, but yeah, we're going to have to see. Here
Oh,
goes Props
boy.
around. He gets into Goodpaster.
And he lost it in the corner right there, and Evans will, in fact, get the stage win.
No challenge. He will slow it down here, and yeah, he will get the stage win. Yep, caution will come out there because I think that anytime that a wreck that involves contact occurs, it will be a caution. If it's just a solo spin by yourself, I don't think that by rule that is a caution unless it collects someone else.
And, of course, they're slowing down the backstretch, and Probst just lost it into the corner, and Goodpaster had nowhere to go.
We'll get a replay.
Pretty sure. Are
for
these
you.
guys on moderate damage? See here.
Yes, they are.
So that could definitely come into effect later on for Probst. He's got a lot of left side damage right there as he's sliding the outside wall. So that's going to be interesting to see how that affects him later on down the road.
I'm especially thinking about Goodpaster because he's going to have some rear end damage from that, and of course, aerodynamically, that tends to really loosen the car up. I mean, a good driving job by him, and also a good job by Phil Parker. I'm not sure if he actually did get tapped by the four while he was going around, and yeah, Goodpaster just kind of bounced off the wall there. I don't think that Lemke's going to have much speed from that hit that we saw earlier. I mean, again, I apologize to everyone that we won't get a proper replay of that, but you saw he pounded the wall pretty hard, and now Goodpaster and Props might be a little compromised.
That was a hard hit there. Well, we'll have to see how that affects him, but still early on in this race, looks like we're on lap 20, and Evans is coming down. I don't know if he's going to end up getting the stage win if he's coming down now. I would imagine at the end of the stage is lap 20.
Yeah.
So
I think it's the end of lap 20. I could be mistaken on that. If I am mistaken, then
I mean, Johnny said 20 and 42 were the stage ends of this race. So
I guess taking lap 20, I guess.
Either way, Evans will still cross the line, so he does get the stage win regardless, but I think they're coming down right here.
And that's pretty much everyone coming down here. So, Rob Evans with the stage win. Of course, Jordan Props dominated throughout that first stint. Phil Parker, fuel only.
He was barely on the pit lane right there.
He's not going to need much gas. Off comes Andrew Lemke. Looks like he'll be second. And you got Goodpaster and Gardner. Out comes Rob Evans, going to be third. Goodpaster just ahead of the 37. And then you're going to have Gardner and I think Props actually stayed out here, but by rule, generally if you cause the caution, it is an end of the longest line penalty. And yeah, that's probably why you see him going so slowly here to let everyone by. So Phil Parker, new leader here, taking fuel only. I believe Andrew Lemke had 2 tires, I think, and then 4 for Rob Evans and everyone behind him.
Yeah, and it was just a racing deal, so obviously no penalty going to be given the Probst or anyone in that situation, thankfully. But
I'm calling it racing deal, okay.
So I mean, he did just lose it into the corner, so
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't anything intentional. Obviously, with this being an open setup race, it is going to be a little bit hard for these guys to control their cars. I do believe they're going to be going back right here.
Yeah,
Carter's going to go to the end of the longest line, and through the gears they go. We're back to racing here at Homestead.
Little shove there from Rob Evans to Phil Parker, but actually a good jump there for the 70, despite probably having a really wounded race car. A little warp out there for a moment, but yeah, now you're seeing the speed going away there from the damage, and Parker pulling away on the outside line. Rob Evans and Jeff Goodpaster going to follow suit. Now, how will Goodpaster's car fare? Looks like they repaired the damage pretty well. As everyone keeping it straight here. McGarg way off. Really hitting the apron there.
Yeah, that was a close one there for the 37 machine.
Does it again?
He's kind of like hitting the apron into the corner. As for the lead, Rob Evans has a run on Phil Parker down the backstretch.
Side by side, Rob Evans to the inside in the 65. Couple of, I believe that's a couple of Corvettes. That's something you don't see every day. Rob Evans with the run on the inside. Parker going to get the momentum, though. They remain side by side.
Yeah, Evans is going to have the advantage here in the turn number 1, I believe. But Phil Parker doing a good job in that outside lane. And maybe on Warren Tires, that outside lane works a little bit better, so we'll have to see. Phil Parker doing a good job right there, and Goodpasser right behind him, pushing him on that outside lane as well. Lemke trying to hang on in the 70, but they're still side by side for the race lead here at Homestead.
Yeah, Lemke's actually not doing too bad now that he's kind of settled in. Maybe a crossover move here from Parker. Going to go to the outside.
Ooh. Try up there. We'll have to see if he can make the move stick on the outside here of Rob Evans.
Ooh, he's diving it hard. A little early to be running that hard, but now Goodpasser might have an opportunity on him. And he will going down the back straightaway. Rob Evans is now clear in the race lead.
And Prop's going to go to the inside of Lemke for 4th back in there. And McGorkin, the 37, also going to have a shot at the 70, but not going to get it right now. Still side by side for second there between Goodpasser and Parker.
Nearly door banging going into turn number 1. But, yeah, like you said, the completion of, or I guess the, oh, jeez. Nearly took his nose off, did Goodpasser. Now he's going to try and maybe file in behind him. Again, it's taking lap 42, I believe, is what I heard, will be the stage break for stage number 2. And remember, we're only racing to lap 72.
Yeah, and the fuel window about 30 laps, so these guys should be good. They will be good to go to lap 32, but with only 30 laps to go from 32 to 72, it's going to be interesting to see how that final stage goes. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting because if someone doesn't put enough fuel in the tank there in this final stint, and we don't end up with a caution, we could see a fuel miles race at the end. Don't expect that to happen, but it is a possibility.
Absolutely is, and Rob Evans driving defensively, trying to hold on to the lead from the 54. 54 though with a big run.
Huge run, and Evans going to block on the inside.
Oh, wow.
Goodpasser and Probst are right there as well on these guys. They're all on each other right now within half a second of each other here. So this is going to really get interesting. Goodpasser's a run on Parker. Parker's a run on Evans.
3 wide nearly, and now Rob Evans, he's sideways.
Evans is going to go around.
Oh, and a hard hit for the 33 once again.
Man.
Rob Evans was defending that lead with everything he had, and they're still wrecking.
McGort spun it around, but he's good to go.
Goodpasser, though, I think got the worst of that.
I don't see too much damage on him, though. I think.
Now, if he didn't take too hard of a hit on, if he didn't take too hard of a hit on the front, he might be okay. I mean that side damage that you see will probably.
Oh yeah.
It'll buff out though pretty well.
He should be able to get that repaired, though. Of course, Probst had that from the first accident. He got that repaired and has been running pretty strong. But a break there for Rob Evans. He just got sent around, and
I think Rob Evans,
with Probst earlier, I think they just lost it into the corner.
Yeah, I think Rob Evans. Oh, geez, looks like a little contact there as they were slowing down. But I think Rob Evans was maybe just trying to hold that lead a little too hard and just overdrove it. But I mean, that was dang fun to watch. That's for sure. And Andrew Lemke, like you said, I mean, I don't think he's going to have a winning race car after that hit, but I'm honestly pretty surprised at how competitive that 70 is, considering how nasty it looked. But
and Evans got into the corner way too deep. He was way too low down the straightaway when entering the corner, and he tried to whip it to the right just a little too much, and that sent him around, unfortunately. Very bad entry into the corner, and that's what caused him to get sent around.
Little carnage here on pit road, though. A problem for Jordan Propst, and then that messed up Rob Evans. Johnny Gardner came to a stop, and now Jeff Goodpasser has slid all the way almost to the wall. Absolute craziness here on pit road. But Parker will hold the lead ahead of the 70. And then the 37 will be up to third. That's the thing with these small fields. It can actually get, it can be a little chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get you guys another look at what happened to Rob Evans and everyone else. Yeah, like you said, I think that he was defending pretty darn hard, especially for this point in the race. I mean, again, props to him for trying to do it. I mean, they were all but 3 wide there, and he just went a little too hard in there. And yeah, it was just more of a broadside hit for the 33, so I think he should be okay. And then it looks like the 37 probably lost it while trying to avoid everything on the apron. We'll take a quick look at that. Yep, checking up there, went below the 70, and man, he actually got really lucky that he didn't clobber the 33 as well. But yeah, just a little spin, a little tap of the wall. He should be just fine.
Yeah, Goodpaster's not been in good places tonight. Both of the wrecks that he's been involved in were because of someone else self-spinning on the inside of him. So
yeah,
it definitely has been interesting. I will say that much. But all 7 guys still in this race, and even Johnny Garner, everyone still has a shot at getting this race victory. I mean, we've seen how crazy things can get, and there's a good chance it can stay that way. I think it's going to be 10 laps to go until the stage 2 finish. So it'll be 10-lap dash to the stage finish here for the stage victory.
And now that the 4 is behind the 54, we know that Jordan Props has a pretty good race car himself, so it'll be interesting to see what he could do maybe to Phil Parker. Of course, not to count out Andrew Lemke. I mean, he had a fast race car, just got a bad situation there now, driving not quite at 100%. His race car is, that is. I
do believe that the 73 has lagged out. I do not see him on the racetrack anymore. Or should I say, excuse me, the 37, yeah.
Uh-oh. Cody McGork.
37 has retired, unfortunately, so that's going to leave 6 cars left in the race.
So he's officially retired. Dang, that's a tough break there. He was doing okay. I mean, maybe something came up. I mean, of course, real life does take priority. But 54 and the 70 going to lead them back here. Green flag back in the air.
Ooh.
Not a good start for either of them. Holy
wide,
smokes.
And they will go 3 wide in the corner.
Rob Evans, if there's something that's being proven by him defending the lead and then that move right there, he is not going to hold back at all. Now Jordan Props, though, hounding Phil Parker already. Kind of backs up that entry. Going to try and get the run on exit, but it looks like Parker's going to have the advantage for right now. And pulls away by a couple car lengths. Rob Evans in third. And Goodpaster looks like he's still doing just fine. So I think that we still have at least 4 cars with a very, very good shot at the victory.
Yeah, I mean, Goodpaster's had a good night, outside of the fact he got caught up in those accidents. As long as he can keep up with these guys, I still give him a very good chance of winning this race in the number 33 machine. But also, Jordan Props in the 4 is also running really strong, and we'll have to see how well he can do here against Phil Parker.
I'm kind of strung out a little bit right now. Parker did run a little bit faster that lap. Rob Evans and Jeff Goodpaster just kind of running there, and then you got Lemke and Gardner. Of course, Cody McGork, the only retiree so far. So the 54.
Battle, and Goodpaster's got a run here on Rob Evans. Actually going to take him to the outside.
Yeah, Evans has defended that inside line with his life. But I think Goodpaster now, especially with him being that close, I think is probably going to get a good run here down the back straightaway. Well, not as good as I thought. Still side by side. The Corvette and the Mustang.
The outside lane is really tough through the corners there, and I don't think Goodpaster's going to be able to get it. He's going to have to move to the inside. Evans clipped the apron just slightly coming off the corner. But they're actually a good distance behind Props and Phil Parker there. So Phil Parker definitely with a good advantage right now in the 54 machine, and same with Props. But these 2 guys right here battling for third right now. We'll have to see if Goodpaster can do it. It's going to have another shot to the outside.
Yeah, Rob Evans like I said, that white line is being his best friend, and he's holding on to that spot. But Phil Parker, with a pretty good lead on Jordan Props. They draw pretty even as far as lap times that last time by. Rob Evans still trying to defend. And Johnny Gardner is actually starting to get a little closer to Andrew Lemke. That would be for 5th, but once again, side by side for 3rd place.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Jordan Props just ran his fastest lap of the race, actually. So he is coming there on Phil Parker, but a battle going on between Goodpaster and Rob Evans, and 4 laps to go until we get to the stage end here at Homestead.
Yeah, they did not include the caution laps as basically racing laps, so that's why it's going a little longer than lap 40. But yeah, 5.57 for Props there. You're absolutely right. I think it's going to be a little too late for the stage, and a 5.35 yeah for Phil Parker. These two seem pretty even, so I think that if they get pretty close together toward the end of the race, it could be pretty interesting. But for right now, the stage looking like Phil Parker's to lose.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Props can get in here, close in for this lead anytime soon. It's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to get before the end of the stage. That 4 is hanging with him now, and this could be a very close battle between the two of them. Props just ran his fastest lap of the race at a 28.555, so he's trying to do all he can to get to this 54 machine. It's going to be a battle between these two guys, most likely for the win, as Evans and Goodpaster are a little bit farther off the pace compared to those guys.
Looks like Rob Evans should be able to probably hold off Goodpaster. I think they're coming to the green and white checkered here. Phil Parker taking it right there. We'll see if he slows down, and yes, he is. So that
will
is
do it.
Indeed, the stage win right there. So a stage win for Rob Evans and for Phil Parker now. Rob Evans did indeed hold off Goodpaster for 3rd place, and not much has really changed beyond that. So now, you pit here. You're pretty much going to be good to go on fuel. But, whoa!
Johnny.
Oh, good grief, man. And dove it up the middle there. And no, Johnny is a bit of a character. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he intentionally did that.
Well, he is the bull, so I guess he was showing them the horns there.
He's the head honcho, so he can kind of do what he wants. Hello to Nikki in the chat, as here comes the field down pit road. Who's going to get the advantage coming off? Of course, pit road's actually been a kind of a chaotic place throughout the event. So Phil Parker, Jordan Props, and Rob Evans. Of course, Johnny Gardner did start on the pole, so he's going to be the first pit stall. As everything looks pretty smooth here.
Yeah, they finally figured it out.
Yeah,
everyone made their pit stall. That's good. Good job out of all those guys right there. They still got to get out though. And Rob Evans, especially, he's going to be in a bit of a pickle right there.
Oh my gosh, Jordan Props.
That might be a penalty. That might be an EOL right there because he drove through a lot of pit boxes right into Rob Evans, and I think it was Lemke ahead of him.
I'm not sure there. I'm going to take another look at that. That was bizarre. I mean, I will admit that I have been in that situation myself where I had to do that. I have first-hand experience where that has happened to me. But, I don't know. I mean, Rob, his rear end, rather, is sticking out there quite a bit. I mean, I think the better thing for Props to have done right there would have been to back up and come out there. I kind of questioned the move there, and went by Lemke there. I think that, I mean, there's no real written rule that you can't do that, but I think just common sense kind of says that you probably shouldn't. But I know he's up in second.
Going green this time by, so
again,
yes, it isn't an EOL for Jordan Probst.
You will be
Props,
keeping it up
excuse
there.
me.
I'm
not near as experienced with online as I am with you, Andrew. So
I've heard both pronunciations both Probst and Props, so I just go with Props because that's what I've called him for a long time. I think that we're going to have about 28 to go here, maybe 29, as we're back green, and Evans with a great push to the 54. Going to maybe try and make a move to the inside.
Props had no help there. He's going to fall back, and Evans going to look to take second away, and Goodpaster looking to take third. We'll have to see if they can keep their good battle going on here for a while.
I think Goodpaster's got to try and help Rob Evans here because we already know that Parker has a really fast car. So I think that Rob and Jeff have to probably work together a little bit because if they get side by side, the 54 is just going to check out, and of course the 4 is behind them. He's probably going to want to try and pick them off. But obviously at this point in the race, I don't think there's going to be as much give and take. Yep, Goodpaster is sticking with him for right now, though, and Props doing the same thing. This is going to be the longest run that these guys have had on the tires. So we'll see if tire wear is going to come into play, who might be able to conserve a little better. Although, man, they were really jammed up behind Rob Evans. I'm not even sure if maybe Rob is holding them up a little bit.
He might be. His last lap was slower than both Goodpaster and Props there. So and they're trying to push Evans to get to Phil Parker, but I just don't see it happening. And Phil Parker's going under 28.7 right now, and nobody else is even close to that. So if this thing stays green, Phil Parker may be in the advantage to take this race victory away.
Agreed. Although Goodpaster went low there, I think that he's probably saying, okay, I think I'm probably faster than the 65 in front of me. I'm going to try and hunt down that 54. Nope, he sticks with him again. But I think that can only work for so long as we're on lap 47 coming to lap 48. Again, they're only going to 72. Jordan Props has actually fallen off quite a bit. I'm kind of surprised by that. We know that he's got a good race car, but he did come into practice pretty late, so he might not have his setup as tuned in quite as much as these others do, because Rob Evans put almost 100 laps in, and Phil Parker put in about 80 laps, which for an hour and a half long practice session, that is a lot of laps.
Yeah, these guys definitely had a lot of practice, and I'm not mistaken here.
There goes Goodpaster.
They're closing in here. Rob Evans and Goodpaster. Now, Goodpaster's going to make the move for a second right there, and Goodpaster may be able to close in. Props also going to make a move on Rob Evans there, so we'll have to see. That 33 machine may be able to close in here on Phil Parker. May have a better long-run car than the 54, and past few laps, that second car in line has closed in on race leader Phil Parker. I have to see right there. Looks like Goodpaster's going to close in a little bit more on Phil Parker that lap.
Just a little bit. I mean, keep in mind also, if you're within about a second, you're definitely getting a little bit of the hole punch through the air by the leader. So if Goodpaster can stay within a second, he will stay within the draft of the 54, which can definitely play a factor here at Homestead. A little slower that time, though.
Yeah, he lost about maybe 0.2 of a second in the last lap, so gonna take a little bit more than that to close in the Phil Parker in these last few laps. Of course, they restarted with exactly 30 laps to go in this race, I do believe. Actually, either 30 or 29 laps. So hopefully these guys have enough fuel in the tank. That's definitely going to make things interesting later on down the road if they didn't, but Phil Parker continues to pull away right here from the 33 machine.
I kind of wonder if Jordan Props, if he's able to get up to the 33, should probably just make the move himself because
he just tapped the outside wall.
And there goes the 4. Underneath of Goodpaster. Now we saw Jordan Props was able to match Phil Parker's lap times there toward the end of the second stage. So now that he's in second, is he going to be unleashed to maybe try and close in himself? I'm kind of hoping he does. Going to get to see a good battle here. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Parker and Props have definitely been the class of the field tonight, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And if it wasn't for Props spinning there earlier on in the race and getting that damage, I think he may be right up there with Phil Parker right now. But He's going to try to close in here on the 54 machine. Oh, he lost
Oh
a ton of ground
man,
that last
that was
lap
a
right
really
there. So I just, Phil Parker's starting to put on the jets at this point. And it helps that Phil Parker doesn't have anyone around him to battle with, so he's able to kind of just run at his own pace right here and just, run his fast laps. Props still has to worry about good passes behind him. So these guys continue to battle on. Gardner
yeah.
and Lemke, they've fallen off quite a bit. 6 seconds off the race leader at this point.
Now, I do have to wonder though. Is Prost maybe slowing down to conserve his tires, and Parker might be pushing his a bit too hard? That could come into play here toward the end of this run.
It could. Well, we'll have to see. Parker pulled away a little bit that last lap, but if that's the case, if Props is doing that, then he still has I don't know 17, 16 laps to go in this race, so there's still plenty of time for him to close in that gap. But Phil Parker continues to pull away here. Going to be interesting to see how it plays out if that's the case, but I think Phil Parker may just have the better race car. You got to remember too, Phil Parker is one of the only guys in this race who hasn't been involved in an accident, so obviously they didn't have to repair any damage, and that thing is still good as new from what it was earlier on when we first started. So that could definitely be playing a good effect to Phil Parker right now here in this one.
Very, very true there. I think he's pulling away more and more. And almost at this point now, it's like even if he does abuse his tires, he might have a big enough gap. And you're absolutely right. He has not had a single nick on that 54 car. He's had some near misses, though. A lot of these self spins came really close to touching him, but he stayed away from it. Ooh, he got a little loose there, actually, off the exit of the corner, but keeps it going.
Rob Evans has gotten around Jeff Goodpasser for third.
Ooh,
Goodpasser's starting to fall off a little bit, and Evans starting to close back in.
Yeah, Props fell off a lot there. He ran a 29. That was almost 3/10. So I think Parker, barring any mistake or anything crazy happening in this race, it looks like he is getting a little loose off of turn 4, though. But otherwise, he's looking like he's got this almost locked up. As oh my gosh, the battle for third though is raging once again between these two.
Yeah, they put on a lot of great battles so far in this one, and Goodpasser going to try again on Rob Evans.
This was how it looked in stage 2, and now it's for their third place at the end of the race. And yeah, there is a championship. There are points to be had. Goodpasser lost a little ground there. We'll see if we can maybe get back up there. I think now some tire were starting to come into play for at least some of the runners toward the back. But Parker has checked out. Johnny Gardner still just kind of moseying along there. Andrew Lemke, I think that he would have had a good shot at a really good result here had he not been clobbered into the wall. But none of his doing. Got a good car. I mean, he's still running 29.5s with no draft and a pretty damaged race car. That's honestly pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad, but Phil Parker, he hasn't been involved in anything. He's still under 29 here, but tires are starting to wear out, no doubt about it. That's why the lap time's starting to go down right here. But Phil Parker is still consistently the fastest car on the racetrack, and if he keeps that up, this race victory is going to be his in 11 laps.
Yep, and right there, a 28.8, and that was half a second that he gained right there. He's almost 3 seconds ahead of Jordan Props at this point. It is going to take a caution for these guys to have any hope, and by the looks of it, that probably won't happen. These guys probably starting to get a little tight. Again, unless the crazy spin happens, and even then, a self spin I don't think even will cause a yellow, because it has to be by contact. So, I mean, Jeff Goodpasser definitely still trying to do what he can on Rob Evans. Ran about 0.2 quicker that last lap, and Rob Evans still keeping Jordan Props within his sights. Props with a 29.3, so, excuse me. Battle for second is well and truly on.
Goodpasser's got a run right here on Rob Evans.
Ooh,
he may be able to take third right here this time around.
Really close there, going into turn number 1. Evans up the track a lot. And Goodpaster easily will take that spot away. So third for the 33.
That's going to help out Phil Parker even more, I think, because, that's going to give a little bit less help to Jordan Props right there in the 4. So it's going to take a caution for anything to happen. But we'll have to see. These guys racing for second, who knows? They could end up bringing out a caution, and that could give someone like the number 68 or 65 of Rob Evans that race victory. Going to be interesting to see how it all goes down, but it's looking to me like Phil Parker's going to pull this one off. Obviously, if we get a caution, that might not be the case, but if this stays green, which it has a very long green flag run look to it, I think Phil Parker's going to probably pull this one off here at Homestead.
Yeah, it's looking like he will pretty easily get it. Goodpaster has lost a little ground now to the 4 and has given up a little bit to the 65. And it seems like you gain a little and then you lose a little. Man, Evans actually really gaining a lot of ground there through turn 1. Seems like whoever's running 4th seems to have the quickest car of the bunch.
Yeah, Rob Evans has got that bit of a toe right there, who's, from Goodpaster, who's got a toe from Props ahead of him, so maybe I might be helping him out a little bit right here, but he's going to try to take 3rd away here. You got to remember, there are points at stake for these guys picking here, and while he might not be getting the race victory, those points could definitely come into effect later on in the season when it's time to fight for a championship. So that's what these guys are doing right here, battling for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Or no one's actually battling for 4th, but every point counts back in there. But Phil Parker, 4.5 seconds, still right around the 29-second range, while everyone else is kind of hovering around 29.5. Goodpaster and Evans are a little bit in the lower 29s, but they're kind of stuck behind Jordan Props right here, trying to get around him.
Yeah, we're at just a few laps to go here. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 5 to go now. Maybe even 4. And looks like they've all kind of leveled off here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I mean, credit to all of them. They're driving their hearts out, and I'm sure that Rob Evans wants as good of a result as he can. That is the tribute scheme for oh my gosh, this
for Mark Bold.
Mark Bold. Oh my gosh, I am very, very much apologize. I completely drew a blank on his last name. But yeah, that is a Mark Bold tribute scheme that Rob is running. So you know that he wants it, and he wants it bad. He's going to go to the inside for 3rd place once again.
Yeah, he's got the run this time, and Goodpaster's not going to be able to hold that outside lane on worn tires, I don't think, but he may get a crossover here. With 3 laps to go here at Homestead. That battle's on for 3rd. I think Props has got 2nd in the bag. It's just going to be between 3rd here, between Rob Evans and Goodpaster.
Agreed. I mean, as we're seeing, it seems like the guy in 4th seems to have the better run. So we'll see if Goodpaster can maybe make something happen. We know that Rob Evans is not going to be willing to give that up easily. We saw how hard he was defending the lead earlier. I bet you he wishes that he was probably up there again. And you know that he wouldn't let anyone by very easily. But just a lap or 2 to go here. We may have even taken the white flag because I'm a little confused as to if it's the completion of 72 or if they take 72.
Yeah, I would imagine it should be a 72-lap race. But either way, if this is the white flag or the checker, which it looks like it's the checker. Phil Parker wins it.
Phil Parker with the victory. Jordan Props dives to the inside, and Rob Evans will fend off Jeff Goodpaster for 3rd. But, yeah, Phil Parker, I mean, my God, he was the class of the field. They're almost 5 seconds clear. But like you said, though, he was pretty much the only car that did not have a single ding or dent throughout the entirety of the race. Kept it clean, but also did a good job of not dumping Rob Evans earlier. You know that if you saw that earlier, they were fighting hard for that spot.
But they definitely were, but good race out of those guys in the back. We went the last 30 laps of this race without a caution or even a spin. So good job out of all these guys. A clean race here at Homestead.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I do wish that someone kind of had something for Phil Parker. Nothing against him, of course. All credit to him. Of course, you always just want to see, from a broadcast perspective, you always want to see a good competitive race for the win. But I'll bet you Phil Parker is rather overjoyed at that one. I'm sure he's about to burn it down here in the Mark Bold Tribute Race at Homestead-Miami for the Three Musketeers Racing League EMRD Xfinity Series. And the Menards Supra? I think that's a Supra, or is that one of those Camaro or Corvettes?
I think that might be one of the Corvettes right there.
Yeah, you see a lot of the Corvettes. I believe that Rob Evans was running one, Andrew Lemke was running that as well. As Burn It Down is the 54, and well deserved. Easily probably one of the fastest cars out there tonight. If Jordan Probst hadn't had that damage, I would have really been intrigued to see what he could have done. But I mean, he still finished second, despite all that. Rob Evans third, of course, the man who pretty much put on this race. And then Jeff Goodpester, nothing to be too ashamed of there, finishing fourth. And of course, Lemke, Gardner, and the only guy who retired truly from the race was Cody McGark. Of course, it says that he got disqualified because, or these results are a little skewy because of how scoring works. But all congrats to Phil Parker. We'll see if maybe we can get him in here for the winner's interview. Maybe talk to another driver or two as well. So let's see if we can get Phil in here real quick. I think I can.
Yeah, we can bring Phil up here if you want to. Johnny gave me the clear for that.
So. Oh yeah, that's right. I just sent him a message. See if he wants to hop up here. And again, man, I do appreciate you joining me for this one. We'll go ahead and hop on out of the server.
User joined your channel.
Hello.
And there he is, race winner Phil Parker, driver number 54. I couldn't tell if that was a Supra or a Corvette. But
it was a vet.
It was a vet? Okay. But hey, you were the dominator on that last stint. You and Props were pretty close together in the second stage, but then come the final stage, you just pulled away. Did the car just feel dialed in for you? And how'd you feel throughout the duration of the race?
The car was dialed in. I mean, we did a whole lot of practice, and so it really helped. You know, granted, I didn't get the Q run I wanted, but hey, I mean, I guess it's not about where you start; it's about where you finish. I'll also add as well, I've usually won in this series before, but I mean, to win this early in the season really sets the mood and the tone for the rest of the season. So, I mean, it feels pretty good to be back in victory lane, and I want to thank Evan Gardner Motorsports, them giving me a chance. I want to thank Menards, Lucas Oil, Amzel, all of them. This would not be possible without them.
Right on, and yeah, all credit to you. I was kind of rooting for Props there just to make it a little interesting there from a broadcaster's perspective, but
oh yeah, I know.
But
hey.
I'll
admit though, is Jordan Probst had a really good car. I think it's just with our car, we just had it dialed in, ready to go. Sometimes it's about perseverance. Had a few wrecks. There was a few wrecks there in the second stages that, you know, we were just lucky enough to not be near, and I guess perseverance pays off.
That it does, and you persevered the most out of everyone, and winning by almost 5 seconds there, and that is a well-deserved W. Major congrats to you, man.
All right, thank you there, Andrew. Thank y'all for broadcasting this. This was fun.
Hey, glad to be here. That was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, that was fun. All right, y'all. Good night.
Hey, same to you.
User left your channel.
So that was Phil Parker, winner of the race in the 54. What are you thinking? Maybe get Rob Evans up here?
Yeah, I might as well.
You know what? I'm just gonna move him.
Just do it.
I think I can do that.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, it worked. I got Rob Evans here, finishing third. Of course, the man who pretty much came up with the premise for the Mark Bold tribute. You were probably one of the most aggressive drivers out there. That was really, really fun to watch. But tell me your perspective from the race there. You were really defending that lead hard for a while.
Yeah, we had a really good car all night. Phil got by us. We pushed just a little too hard there. We spun around. We only got a little bit of nose damage, but it hurt us on our speed because from that last run there all the way to the finish, we just had no drive off. It felt like it was just at a standstill. So we were kind of just hanging back there battling with Jeff, and we didn't have enough to get to Jordan there, but we managed to get up to a third place. And of course, I'd like to dedicate it to Mark, who passed away actually, I think it was last weekend, Sunday, is what I was told. Thank you to his girlfriend, Annie, for putting us all together and letting us happen, and very blessed to be able to put on a good show for Mark here.
Yeah, you definitely made things pretty interesting there. You were defending that lead hard from the 54 there for a while, and then of course an excellent battle between you and the 33. That was a lot of fun to watch, and of course also credit to you for putting on this little tribute race. We appreciate it, and also appreciate you having us on board.
Of course, thank you for broadcasting, guys. I'm very thankful.
Hey, no problem. That was a lot of fun to watch, and good job on third. Well deserved.
Thank you, you're good, sir.
So Rob Evans, third place finisher in the 65 Corvette.
Left your channel.
Of course, running the tribute for Mark Bold. I'm seeing about maybe getting Jordan in here for one final interview before we wrap it up. But of course, before we do, again, Napa fan, thank you so very much for joining me for this one. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for letting me be part of this. It was a good race and a nice little chill race, a nice little calm way to spend the Friday evening. Yeah, congratulations to Phil Parker. They did a great job, had the best car all day, and deserved the race victory.
Very well deserved, indeed. Haven't gotten a response from Jordan yet. I'll give it another moment. Of course, again, shouting out to the Three Musketeers Racing League. That is exactly what you just saw right there. Of course, credit to everyone in chat for watching this. Of course, hello to Nathan. Sorry I missed you there, and of course my boy Random Andy there. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and again, I was giving a look at the online site of NR 2003. Would highly recommend it. Even on a keyboard or controller, if you have that, feel free to just pop that on there. Run some practice. There's Elijah. Hello there. Yeah, I think we had a pretty good turnout as far as the broadcast goes. So, thank you all for tuning in. I don't want to interrupt Jordan if he's talking to those guys down there. Yeah, I moved Rob, so I might as well. Might as well give it a try here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hopefully I'm not interrupting, but there's Jordan Probst. If you're up for a quick interview, I don't want to interrupt anything that you might be doing down there. Yeah, I think he's gone, actually. You there, Jordan? No, he isn't.
I guess not.
That's alright.
I can't hear you very good.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Error.
Whoops. Can you hear me all right? We all good?
Yeah, sorta.
All right. I'll try and talk a little louder here. Second place finish there. Probably one of the quicker cars there in the first stint. Kind of fell off toward the end there, but still one of the faster guys, especially for not much practice. How'd it go from your perspective?
Well, it was okay. It was about as good as I could hope for. I didn't work on the setup. I actually had my wheel unplugged about 10 minutes before practice started. So I had to actually hook up my wheel, and I had 0 practice laps. So I just used some old setup that I had in the setup folder, and it was really quick that first run. And then, after that, like once Phil got out front, he was just gone. There wasn't really much I had for him. I don't really know what he had. He probably made a few tweaks to Johnny's setup and got it driving all right. After that, man, it was just wide open all the way around. overall, can't complain. Local high Chevrolet was good. One of these days we'll maybe get to first place again.
Well, still early in the season and plenty of time for you. I know that you're a great driver and you got a lot ahead of you. I mean, you had some good battles there with Rob and Jeff there for toward the end. And again, man, that was fun to watch. You really had a fast car out there, and credit to you.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun battle with Rob and Jeff. They're good drivers, and I really there at the end I was just kind of hanging on, man. I didn't have much left, so it was a nice little run, and hopefully next week we can get a little more practice and maybe go get them.
We're rooting for you. Yep. There goes my English ability. I apologize, but great result. Good running out there, and keep it up, man. Good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Go Jordan Probst, the number 4 Camaro, finishing second tonight. Again, one of the faster guys. That was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm glad to have been a part of this one. We'll go ahead and move him back down there.
User was moved
There we
out
go.
of your channel.
I like having that ability. I've never had that ability before.
That's fun.
But yeah, man, and any final takeaways from the almighty Napa fan?
Solid race, Good to see these guys race clean for the most part. Obviously, the only two, I think, only 2 times we really saw a caution was because of self spins, and after that it was a pretty clean race. So great to see that out of these guys. Nice solid race, and thank you for having me on. It was great to do this. Great to call an online race again. Been a little while, but had fun. Thank you.
Glad to do so, and actually, we might have one final interview here. Andrew Lemke has requested one, so I will go ahead and we'll go ahead and do that for him.
User was moved to your channel.
There we go. So, to the number 70, Andrew Lemke, got a bit of a, as he mutes himself, right as I move him here.
Sorry.
There you go. Kind of got a little bad luck there, but you definitely seem to have a fast car. How was it feeling for you?
To describe it, it's just disappointment. Wait a sec, I gotta change some volumes. Everyone's talking really loud.
Do your thing.
Okay, now we're good. Muted everybody. Just have a bunch of whispers. No, it's just disappointing. Last night we took a couple hours and worked real hard, and I think we had a really good car, and fortunately it got ended. At first I was really pissed because I thought Cody there, I thought he just came up and it was like 5 laps in. I'm like, dude, really? Wrecked me? And turned out I watched the replay. No, I came down. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But it happens. Yeah, I don't know. We thought we were contenders for the win. Me and the 6.5 and the 4 car. We had some speed, but we can't figure out where Phil found his speed, and sometimes that's all there is to it, and all you can do is keep digging and keep trying to keep working on it.
Yeah, it's a long season. It's early in the season, and yeah, you definitely had a very fast car. I was watching you there in practice. Saw you there before that happened, and even after it happened, despite the damage, your speed, considering how hard of a hit it really was pretty impressive. So you got something to be proud of there, and again, like I said, long season, and I'm sure that you got plenty of good results in you.
Yeah. The way I set up my car, since it was damaged, you kind of had to roll out of it if you want to save your tires. But we were, I could flat foot it once the damage came, but I was only hitting 172 in the corner, and everyone else was doing 177, 178. So it's quite a substantial difference there.
Well, you hung in there, and credit to you there. And
yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey, just keep after it, and long season ahead of you, rooting for you, and yeah, we're hoping some more good results for you.
Yeah, thanks. Mind if I give some shout outs?
Hey, go for it.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Black Acid Apparel, KLB Construction. Shoot, why do I always forget this stuff when it comes time to do this?
I feel you.
Platts Group, Real Estate, Graphic Solutions, and the Rock Church in Monroe. And I-5 Gas and Food Mart in Stanwood, Washington. And I think that's all I really have. So yeah, and thanks for having me up here. I'm kind of surprised I even got an interview. I finished like 5th or 6th. So yeah.
Hey, ask and ye shall receive, and don't feel bad about forgetting things. I pulled a bad and I forgot Mark Bold's name at one point, so that was pretty bad.
What did you say, Mark Fold? Mark?
I was like Mark. Oh, what's his last name? Dang it.
Yeah, that guy.
Mark Bond, Mark Bliss.
Wow. Yeah, Mike Bliss' long lost brother.
Right.
Mark, I do want to say something about. He is a very important. Well, he was a very influential person in a lot of Northwest racers' lives. Trent Moriarty, just to name one of the guys, and his dad, Tom Moriarty. Just really a legend in his own right.
Yeah, Godspeed to him, and prayers to his family and everyone who was affected by his passing. So, yeah, and good on you guys for putting on this event.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem. Andrew Lemke, driver number 70, still emerging with the top 5 despite some early trouble there, but yeah, had a good car there, and I think probably on that note we will officially wrap it up. Again, thank you, Napa fan, for joining me for this. Lots of fun, and hey, maybe do some more of these with you as time goes on.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see, but yeah, have a good night, man, and you all have a good night out there in TV land.
Yeah, right on. Stay safe. Love one another. Times are tough, I know, but love one another and stay safe. That's the best I can tell you. Thank you all for watching. Credit to Johnny Gardner and Rob Evans for putting on this league. Thank you, Napa fan, once again. And on that note, take care and bye for now.